Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing good. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, again here with my new video on same that is Azure OpenAI. So, today we are going to learn how we will integrate Azure OpenAI into your app. Okay, so with the Azure OpenAI service, developers can create chatbots, language models, and other applications that excel at understanding natural human language. So the Azure OpenAI provides access to pre-trained AI models as well as a suite of APIs and tools for customizing and fine-tuning these models to meet the specific requirements of your application. So in this we will see that how to deploy a model in Azure OpenAI and use it in your own application to summarize the text. So, natural language processing, where we are going to see how to summarize the text. And for an example, a big paragraph is there. So, if you want to create a summary, so how we can do it using this Azure OpenAI, let's see it. So, before we start, in my previous video as well, I have told you this is our Azure platform. You can see on my screen if you want to work with this Azure Cloud platform, you have to take a subscription. You can take or you can access its resources freely. But what you have to do, you have to start with your Outlook account. So try to do that. Okay. So now, one more thing that if we want to work with Azure OpenAI Service, if I show you here, you will search in this search bar Open AI. So you will see this service Azure OpenAI. If you want to work with this Azure OpenAI service, when you are going to create this resource, I'm telling you once again, it will ask you to fill a form. Okay, I will share that link to fill that form to access this Azure OpenAI service in my description box. Okay. Now I'll take you back to my OpenAI resource, which we already created. We will just see that how we can work with it. Okay. Before moving ahead, I'll let you know that what you have to do, you have to click over it. This is go to Azure OpenAI Studio. Okay. When you will click on this, you will end up on this page. So what you have to do now, you have to check, did you deploy any model? So before working with any playground, either chat or app completions or daily, what we have to do, we have to deploy a model first. Okay, let's see. So we have a model GPT-35 Turbo and the name has been given to it, that is Text Turbo. Okay, so now what we have to do, here we are going to integrate Azure OpenAI model. So we will use a short command line application that runs in Cloud Shell on Azure. So let me show you here. When you will see this box on this top right side, this Cloud Shell. So what we have to do, we have to click over it. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just create a duplicate of it and then, okay. Yeah. So here you can see this Cloud Shell option. So just click on it. Okay. After clicking on it, what you have to do, a cloud shell pane has been opened at the bottom. What you have to do now? So first time when we are opening this cloud shell, so here you may be prompted to choose a type of shell you want to use, either bash or PowerShell. So for now we are going to work with the bash. So here you can see there are two options in the drop down. We are going to work with the bash. Okay, just click over it, confirm, and then your bash environment cloud shell will be ready. Okay, so first time when you will click on this bash, it will ask you to connect this with a storage account. So if you get that message, just confirm that either you are going to use a already created storage account or you can create at the same time, up to you. Okay, so now you can see here the terminal has been started. So what we have to do now, we will just paste some command here. So this is our first command which we are going to paste here. I'll copy it and I'll paste it here. Okay, and then I'll press enter. And you can see that here it cloned the labs or materials from here from github.com to my account. Okay, now the files are downloaded to a folder named Azure OpenAI. Okay, you can see here. This is Azure OpenAI where my all files have been downloaded from this link. Okay, so I have used this git clone command, and everything from this GitHub I have downloaded in this folder, which is Azure OpenAI. Now, what I am going to do, we are going to change the directory. Here, we will just copy this. Don't worry, I'm going to share these all commands with you in my description box so you can check there. So now you can see we have changed the directory. Okay. So this application for both C Sharp and Python. So here we are going to work with the Python. Okay. So here you will see a simple text file which we will use to test the summarization. Okay. So what we have to do now, we will write here code dot and see this editor has been opened. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to configure the application. So here we can see there are three folders: C sharp, Python, and text files. So now we are going to work with Python. So we will click on this .env file. After clicking on it, you can see that it is asking from us about Azure OpenAI endpoint, Azure OpenAI key, and Azure OpenAI model. So when we are connecting our Azure Cloud platform with this OpenAI, so we need these three. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will be here and then we will click on this keys and endpoint on the left pane. In your OpenAI resource, you will click on this keys and endpoint. Okay, just copy this key one. You can copy any one. Either you want to copy key 1 or key 2, no problem. You can choose any one and then paste it here in the key. Okay. Now let's copy this endpoint also and paste it here. So this is our endpoint. And what is our model name? So model name was, let me show you once again. If you will see here in the deployment, that is text turbo. Okay. So just simply write your deployment model name here, which is text turbo. And now what you have to do, you have to save this file. So now you can say the file has been saved. Now you will do one more thing here. Now you will just copy this code here, which is again asking us to change the directory to Python now, and then install python.environment and then pip install OpenAI. So it is asking us to do some installations. Okay, so I'll paste these commands here. Let me take it up and you can see I have said that change the directory to Python now and install this python.environment and then Python install pip install OpenAI. Okay, so using pip command we are installing these two and then press enter. And requirement from my side, it is already satisfied. So if you are doing it first time, so it will be downloaded with in this terminal. Okay, now what you have to do, you will see a code file here. If I just drag it down and here, let me take it up so you can see it clearly. Here you can see this code file here, which is test openai model.py. So when you will click over here, what we have to do, we have to write some sort of code here. So here it is asking us to add OpenAI import. We have installed OpenAI in our terminal. Now we are going to import it. So import OpenAI. Okay. After doing it, so once we have imported in it in our code, what we have to do, we have to specify some parameters like prompt and temperature for our model. Okay, so again I'm going back to my notepad And here this is my code which I'm going to copy, which is, you can see here, this is a set OpenAI configuration setting where you are going to see the type, the base, the person, and the key. Okay, and here you can also see the temperature. Okay, and then the model which you provided in your terminal while connecting with your Azure OpenAI service, maximum tokens you wants to use. So I'll just copy paste. I'll just copy this code from here and I'll paste it in my code file. Okay, so here you can see this. I'll paste this. You can see here set OpenAI configuration setting. Okay, under this we have to paste this code. If I what you have to do while pasting it now, it will change the locations. But what we want this code here at this position. So what you have to do, just select the complete code and then press tab, and then this code will be at the position. Okay, after doing it, what you have to do, you have to run this file. So just click on this save. You have saved your code file. Now this is the time to run our application. So our app has been configured. Run it to send your request to your model, and let's observe the response. Okay, so we will come back here to our terminal, and we will write here, or let me just directly copy this command from here and paste it. Okay, after doing it, just enter, and let me show you this. Can you see this text files? I'll click over it, sample hyphen text dot txt. So here when you will go right, you will see there are huge text has been written in this file. But after running this file, we got a summary. Can you see that? I executed this file. I run this file, this code file in my terminal, and then you can see here I got a summary. What was written here in the sample text file, here it has created a summary for me. Okay, now if you want to see more changes, so what you can do, you can click on this code file once again, and you can change the temperature. Okay, so here it is zero point 0.7. Let's do it 1.0. Okay, and let's just save it and rerun our file. Let's rerun the file. Here, this is Python test hyphen OpenAI hyphen model.py. Let's rerun it and let's see the summary. So you can compare this. So you can see that here the number of tokens was more in when temperature was zero point 0.7. Maximum tokens we can take from it, that is 120. But using the by changing the temperature to 1 from zero point 0.7, we got this summary. Okay, so you can do experiment with that. You can either increase the temperature. Okay, so it will change your summary, or even you can decrease the temperature. Okay, so you can see the randomness in your summary. Okay, so try to do this experiment. Try to integrate this Azure OpenAI into your application. I hope you like this video or whatever we did using this Azure OpenAI resource. So thank you so much, guys. And if you like my video, so please don't forget to share and subscribe. And also don't forget to like it. Thank you.